Be the change. Be the change. Grace. What is a state of grace? What does that mean to you? A state of grace. So, you have looked beyond yourself to greater service, beyond yourself to greater service. So, are you walking like on your soul's journey? You're working for the greatest good in your life. You have made a decision to work for the greater good. And now the Star Nation rewards you. Experience the timelessness of the universe. Good fortune is cast within the stars for you. A wish you have long been hoping for will soon become reality. So accept this gift with open arms, for you have worked hard for it. So the state of grace is like, how can you get closer to God? And I talked about it a lot of times, but the thinking mind. So the thinking mind, once you are thinking, you are actually either in the future or in the past. You are in your mind planning something, or you are thinking about something that happened. Well, then you are doing something. So you're spending the energy like doing something, and you're spending all this energy. And that's the lid that will keep you from experiencing the big void or grace or just being one with everything. So the thinking mind is going to be the biggest challenge that we probably have to work on here on this planet. The thinking mind is a tool for us to plan things so that we can get from here to there. We can figure out our life. We can figure out what we want to do. We can take a problem. We can solve it. We can figure out what do we got to have for food if you want to be eating healthy. What do you got to buy? How you cook it. If you don't know how to cook it, you can figure out how to cook it. You have problem solving abilities in your mind. And a lot of times our mind gets cluttered up because we are fearful of not making the right choice. We are fearful of it going awry. We are fearful of other people's interference. We are fearful. So many things can make us fearful. And once we are fearful, then our mind goes on its own thing. Now your mind is going to make up all the things that justify why you're feeling fearful. All of these things are kind of society has kind of designed those things for us humans to be disconnected from grace. Because when you find grace, when you find peace, when you're in the moment, when you are one with God, then you find peace. There is inner stillness, and there is this void that doesn't have the lid of the thinking. It's not like you're in a puffy cloud of thinking. It's like you're clear and you're present in your senses. So it takes you out of like this cloudy place into clarity. Grace is the present moment, is the I am, is the being with God, is the great mystery void that they have talked about always, humans, the great mystery void. Once you practice these things, you become different, you change. So now when you're in the moment, you don't have to know everything up front, and you don't have to be fearful of not knowing everything up front. You can just be there, and then you just bring yourself into whatever situation you're in, and you're present there. And then whatever approaches you or whatever comes up, the answer will come to you from within. So you don't really have to stress it, and you don't have to know everything up front. So grace is like a state of being. It's a beautiful state. What do you do when you have never practiced this to find this state? I personally listen to Eckhart Tolle's book, The Power of Now. I would listen to it every day for probably 6 months, maybe more. And I would listen to that book over and over again every day when he is reading it. He is already enlightened. He's already peaceful. He's already present. So by spending time, the people that you spend the most time with, you're going to be more like them, right? So then if you spend a lot of time listening to someone else who's already achieved the state of grace, you are going to be benefiting from their work, and your road to finding the same state is going to be shorter, easier, simpler. because states can recognize each other. So once you spend a lot of time with it, you're naturally going to tune into it more and more. And you're going to get the keys and the cues to how, when you are disconnected, how can you recognize when you are disconnected from the great mystery, the great void, from God? When are you disconnected? How does it feel when you are disconnected? How does it feel when you are connected? It's two very different places. Disconnected, all the worries, the anxiety, the despair, the long, like all these things. On connected, peaceful, present, clear-headed, taking action, going for this transformation. It is a transformation. It's transforming from being completely identified with your mind, thinking that you are what you think. I am my thoughts. This is who I am, a big bucket of thoughts. No, you are not. You are the one observing the thoughts. And then when you can practice this process of getting back into yourself, and this is also why it says to get back into yourself, get back into your own good graces, or get back into the good graces. So the transformation is from going from being very chaotic, being very driven by the material world, being very driven by everything out there, and allowing that to be kind of thinking that that's going to make you happy, thinking that once I get that, I will find peace, thinking that once I achieve that, I will be happy for the rest of my life. Once I do that, I will be this. Once I do this, I will be that. And then you're thinking that that's how it's going to work. And then you get there and you're like, what? I don't feel the way I thought I would feel. And then you get the other thing that you're working on and you're like disappointed again because it didn't feel the way I thought it would feel. And so instead of going out there and spending all that energy, and nothing judgmental about going out there and doing all these things, those are good achievements. Those are the lessons. That's the road to learning the lessons in this life. So we have to go out there and do stuff and do things wrong, because that's how you learn. And once you go out there and then, but it's taking a lot of your time. It's a false narrative. So you're following a false hope, and it won't ever give you what you're hoping for. And it creates a lot of depression. It creates a lot of sadness. It creates a lot of stuff in people that I think it's very sad when I look around and I see that all your dreams are never farther than you can reach. And this goes for everybody. Like, your dreams are not farther than you can reach, but you have to find the person you are. You have to find yourself, the person who is capable of doing these dreams. And one of the things is to get out of the thinking bubble mind and not identify with your thinking mind, but just understand from this little video, if you can just understand that there is a different way. And your journey here on planet Earth, your job here on planet Earth is to find that different way. If everybody's over there and it's overcrowded, do you think that it would be the right way? Because everybody would do it if it was so easy? Or do you think that maybe there's small and narrow over there where there's only a couple of people trying to figure it out might be the right way? So how are you going to find your right way? You have to be able to listen to yourself and find your own pathway so that you can find that true joy, the true happiness, the true bliss. Also, like this opening of our minds, this opening, I'm a little worried, like with the kids growing up these days in social media, everything is in their thinking mind. Everything happens in the cloud. Everything happens out there. So how are they going to do with one-on-one interactions? How are they going to be able to integrate themselves into different scenarios? How are they going to be able to go out and explore and understand who they are from their body? Like, when they're always concerned with their thinking mind, always in there and just giving all the energy away to the devices. Putting down the devices for a little bit, breathing, getting back into nature. Maybe you want to go barefoot somewhere. Maybe you want to go stomp around in the woods or on the beach or in the grass or however, on the asphalt or whatever, and just be closer to everything. Connecting with everything, the mystery void. The children growing up, like, they are going to also, I think, from being so disconnected, there's going to be a shift. So they are going to be more of the hope for the future, for this planet. Children, they say that some people now, children are born with DNA already upgraded to a clearer structure, because we are changing all the time. So the DNA will always upgrade. And the more influence it gets from knowing thyself, knowing your soul, knowing who you are. And these children that are growing up as that, they will be the ones who use their power, money, and or connections to organize demonstrations or rallies to take on governments or big business who are influenced by darkness. And they will be there and make the corporations, the governments, the big structures that are so easily influencing and suppressing us in our own lives. And these kids coming up, they're going to be the voice that is going to stand up against, or make light in it. So when they stand up and they speak their voice and they speak their truth, then you can see the difference. And so they're going to put some attention to it, and maybe we can create a change. But the real change has to happen with a new beginning. So you are not done. Like, you are not done here on planet Earth. I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you're 5, if you're 15, if you're 25, 35, 85, 95. You are not done. Like, you aren't done. You are just getting started. I don't care how old you are. You are just getting started. A new beginning. A new beginning from within, doing the transformation work, figuring out where are you, how much are you identifying with your mind. How much are you identifying with your mind? The mind becomes like a confined coffin for you. And so it becomes your prison. You become the prisoner of your own mind, and it becomes your coffin. So how can you break that open and be joyous, be peaceful, be present in the present moment? Whatever great idea, passionate new start that you want to create in your life, do that. There's a new beginning when it comes to love. The ever so filling cup of love is coming from the present moment, the great mystery void, being present, spending time with God. That's where the ever filling cup comes from. And you're always filling up from within. You fill your own cup, and then you go around and you just have this joy, and you have this inner peace, and you have that. And other people, they don't understand it. They'd be like, she's just faking it. She's just always pretending that she's so happy. Now we're going to show up in her, and we're going to be like, all this weird happiness and all that stuff, because they don't understand that my happiness has nothing to do with them showing up or not showing up. That is independent of that. Whether they show up or not, they might be adding something to it or taking something from it. The essence of who I am cannot be changed by who is showing up in the circumstances. So once you find the true void, once you find the mystery void, once you become a part of that and one with that, you are going to get your cups filled up all the time. And all these emotions, sometimes people come in that sway you off. That's okay, because you can always go back to the meditation. You find your way back to the ever-filling cup, and you deal with all these human emotion, with betrayal, with the trickery and all that stuff, deception, deceits, all that stuff that is going on. But you're not done. You're just getting started. So wherever you are in your life, you can find that happiness. You can find that inner joy and the inner bliss. Not only will it make you feel better in your life, it'll also make you feel look younger. It will make you be more energized. It will give you more passion for life, and maybe it will even give you the energy that you need to start that passionate project, to finally put in this project that you've been thinking about, that you've been working on, that you've been putting effort into, and to finally put that together so that you can bring it out into the world. And maybe even also, if you have an inclination to work with children, to teach children, to show children how to be more present, how to do this work, and how to influence them in a way so that the younger generations, we can influence them to to balance out the powers and balance it out, so that the gap between the ones who live all their life so well and us down here who are suppressed by all their wealth, because it puts down on us. We have to spend all of our money to get to them so they can live the good life, and we're all suppressed. So the kids, the more we teach them and bring them into their own true authentic self, the more we're going to maybe be able to at least shed some more light on the gap and to stand up a little bit, so there can be a better balance. That's all. Like, just a better balance. They will still have more, we will still have less. That's okay, but it will be a better balance. So we can even live good down here, and they can live more. If they had a conscience, they would have a better conscience up here. Just because we're all humans on planet Earth, and we all need what we need, and the more happier people we have, the better world we're going to be living in for all of us, even the ones up there. So how can you find the courage to another new beginning, another way? And once again, we're going to start again. How can you find this new beginning in your life? What can you do today to just maybe just be aware of how much you spend time in your thinking mind? and then start speaking your truth, being authentic, finding your voice, your passionate project. Speak your truth. Not everybody's going to want to hear it because they're comfortable in their bubble. That's okay. They don't have to listen. You can speak to the ones who want to listen. Esther and Abraham Hicks says, any disease could be healed in a matter of days. Any disease, if distraction from it could occur and a different vibration dominates. And the healing time is about how much mix-up there is in all of that. For any malady in your physical body took a longer in coming than it takes to release it. So perspective, shifting, shifting perspective of what the body is capable of doing. If you're out there and you need healing, perhaps you need to allow it to heal and allow it to heal, and then it will. Beautiful light in me, it honors, loves, and respects. Same beautiful light in you. And until next time, namaste.